A very warm welcome, everyone. Welcome to our internship goal setting meeting. This meeting is preferably for all the interns, those who have joined us today. And the major objective is to convey the interns' goals. Okay. And it is mostly dedicated towards the people, those who have joined on 1st December, because they are new to this internship. Majority of previous interns already understand the processes and how everything is going on. And apart from that, whoever has any confusions related to what are the internship goals, okay, and what all has to be achieved, so you guys can get a quick insight in today's meeting. So guys, the overall objective of this internship goal setting, you can consider it as a first meeting for onboarding with new interns, and how you have to take up your internship in our organization and what all we expect from you. That's all we are going to discuss today. So major objective of an intern when you join Hackveda is to gain relevant experience so that you can solve problems and you can build valuable solutions with us. Okay. So this is the overall goal of an intern in our organization when you join Hackveda. So you guys have to gain relevant experience in order to solve customer problems and build valuable solutions to them. So we are going to discuss a couple of points related to what should be your mindset when you are doing an internship, and what all you need to know initially in order to begin this internship. Okay. So there would be three important things which we will be discussing today. First will be what is the exact process, okay, how a business runs. So I'm going to share our insights about how our business runs, then followed by what are the market laws which we follow, and followed by different types of value we create for our customers. Okay. So once you understand the different types of value we create for our customers, you have to make up your mind in order to understand what do we expect from you and what value you need to create in this internship for the customers. So let's get started with our first slide. So the first slide discusses 5 parts of every business. Okay. Consider Hackveda. I will be taking in certain examples with respect to every part of my business. So there are 5 parts of every business. Whatever company you join in future, or if you are currently working with us, so you need to understand the organization is divided into 5 specific parts. The first part is value creation. Okay. If you guys can see here, the first part is value creation. In value creation, what do? We need to discover what people want and what people need. And once we understand people requirement, then we can start creating a product. Okay. We can start solving their problems. We can take up certain projects in order to create a solution for the problems. Once the project is successfully completed, we can convert it into a product. First of all, I would like to have a couple of questions in this segment with you. You guys have to raise your hand and answer. Name a couple of tools which you think can be used in order to find what people need. Okay. I want you guys to let me know a couple of names of any tools which you know through which we can identify customer problems. Do you have any idea about it as of now? Any tools which you know that we can use in order to discover what people need? Anyone? Please raise your hands. Anybody who has this idea? Okay. Guys, in case if you're unable to unmute, you can post it in the queries itself, in the chat section itself. Or else what I'll do, let me just allow you guys to unmute. So you guys can raise your hands and we can, have a discussion. So first what we need to do, we need to create value for the customers. And how do we create value for the customers? We discover what people need and want, and accordingly, we create certain solutions for them. If I tell you certain, products which we use in order to find out customer demands, So one such project we use is from Google Trends. Let me just make it to red color. So first tool which we mostly use in order to find out what customer is searching, we make use of Google Trends. Trends.google.com is the URL. And on this, most of the times we find out what people are currently searching. Apart from that, there is another tool. So the first tool which we use is Google Trends. Apart from that, the second tool which we generally use in order to find out customer, what people want, what do they need, what are they searching for, we make use of Keyword Planner. So this is one tool which we generally use in order to understand what people want. Apart from Keyword Planner, the third tool which we generally use, it is searching for information on Quora. Okay. So we have created certain tools in Python in order to quickly find out, what people are searching and what are their demands. So these are certain tools. There are various other tools. We make use of a lot of B2B tools as well. I will be taking those names as soon as you progress further. So you will get to understand how we find out what people want and what people need. So these are a couple of tools which we generally use in order to quickly understand what do people want. And we try to identify what is the demand, what is the number, what are the metrics. Okay. And if a demand is huge in number, then we can start thinking of creating a solution for the kind of questions people are asking. And as soon as you will be working towards this internships, you will be creating certain tools. You will be using all these tools in order to identify what people want, and you can make a relevant product for us. Okay. Now, moving on to the next part. The second part is attracting enough attention. Okay. So the second we do have is marketing. Okay. Attracting attention and building value and, building the right audience, building a demand for whatever we have created. So this is the second part which we do, or which is done in any of these businesses. Okay. Now, so once we have identified the demand of the people, we have created a solution for it. The second stage is marketing, and on that marketing we attract attention and we build demand for what we have created. On the third segment of the business, we do sales of those products and solutions. So what do we have to do here? We have to turn prospective customers into paying customers. So the audience which we have aggregated using marketing activities, what do we do here? We try to convert those prospective customers into paying customers. One thing which I want to tell you here, during this marketing, a lot of strategies are used. One such strategy which I would like to tell you is, so initially when we start aggregating an audience, what do? We try to target existing, businesses, those who have collected the relevant audience which we want to target. So the phenomena which we use here is identify the places where your current audience is aggregating. So you can reach out to those, to those places and grab the attention of the relevant customer for our product and services. So what do we have to do here when you will be writing, tools? So in digital marketing segment, we create various Python tools, and one such tool, which I will tell you here, just an example. So we make use of Twitter platform initially in order to aggregate the audience. So suppose there is one person, suppose I have a product for stock market. Okay. So let's say I will find out certain influencers, those who are writing content for stock market, and those who already have a huge following. So we will try to identify those, influencers on social media, preferably Twitter initially. So once we got those influencers, we try to find out what posts they are doing in and the people, those who are liking their post. So what do we do using Python scripts and Twitter API integrations? What do? We try to extract all the likers and followers of that particular influencer, and then we try to communicate through scripts in order to pitch our product, the relevant product, to these customers. So we make use of Python programming here. We make use of integration of APIs, a Twitter API connecting with Python, extracting the followers, then finding out what are they tweeting, and if they are tweeting with respect to our product, as a response we try to tweet them and we pitch the relevant product. So this is one such technique which I have told you. There are n number of techniques which we use in order to attract the attention and aggregate the audience for the relevant product. Once the audience is ready, then we try to understand their user behavior. We try to make use of tools like mouse flow in order to see what when a customer is coming on our product, how he is using the product and what all problems he is facing. And in general also we try to extract a lot of customer questions through Quora and all that in order to understand what are the customer problems, and then relevant sales pitches are created in order to pitch the customer, in order to identify what his problem is, and a relevant product is pitched. So there are a number of tools which we create in the organization ourselves using technologies like Python. So Python is mostly used for all these operational purposes initially, and once the Python script is ready, then we convert it into a Django web project for our team in order to use it. So and when we convert it into a Django project, it is deployed on a cloud platform mostly. Most of the instances which we create, most of the scripts and these projects which we create in-house in order to address requirement of every part of any part of the business, all that is deployed on cloud and in form of instances, and the internal teams access it. So this is the third category on which the company works. So if I give you an example again, so initially what we did, we created a product, Day Trade Insight. So we identify the demand using keyword planner. What are the total number of searches happening for a specific product? What people are exactly searching? Once we get to know that, then we try to identify influencers on Twitter. We try to extract their followers using Python scripts and Twitter API integrations. And once we collect those audience, we try to use Quora in order to collect a number of questions about what people are asking. Okay. And once we collect all those questions, we process it using AI tools. Initially, we were using data science models in order to identify in order to cluster the kind of questions people are asking. But most of the times now we use ChatGPT in order to, quickly filter the kind of questions, and then we convert it into, stage by stage process, how we can address, how we can create solutions for the kind of questions customer is asking. So most of these things are done through tools, and the tools are eventually created in the organization itself. Okay. So if you want to see certain demos, step by step, I would like to show you those demos as well. Okay. Now, so these are the three stages, 1, 2, and 3: value creation, attracting attention of the customers, and finally converting those customers into prospective, paying customers. Now, reaching out to the next part, what do we do here? So fourth one is value delivery. So the fourth part of our business is value delivery. And what do we do here? So here, if you can see, you have to give customers what you have promised and ensuring that they are satisfied. So this is the fourth level of the part of the business, value delivery. And in any of the businesses, whatever businesses to which we serve, suppose we are creating a product for X customer. Suppose this customer is a nutritionist and he is offering, nutrition diets to their customers. So in that case, what do we need to do? We need to understand what they are promising with respect to their business, and the product which we are building, the web application or a mobile app or any software or IoT product which we are building for our customer, we have to ensure that the product is satisfying the customer needs, not just our client but our client's client also. They are they are satisfied with respect to the products and service they're using. Followed by fifth stage of every business as well as of our business is finance, where we have to ensure that we are bringing in enough money to keep going and make our effort worthwhile. So this is mostly done by ensuring profitable sales. We have to ensure that we are using appropriate, pricing tools in order to price our product. So there are various websites. I will definitely, we will, as soon as we will be proceeding further, we will be discussing those. So we try to, there are tools which we have created also in order to calculate the pricing of the product or the application which we have created. And we have to ensure that whatever project or whatever product we are creating, we should not, make a loss business. That needs to be ensured. Followed by, there are certain other pricing websites also on which we put certain data, and on the basis of that, we can identify what should be the price of the product in order to ensure profitable sales. Now, followed by that, initially when you start building a product, it is sometimes it is not possible that a huge number of customers will turn up as soon as you start creating the product or you start delivering the product. Immediately it doesn't happen. So in order to ensure that the product is running at least for a minimum duration where it can address problems of at least 100 customers or 1000 customers, in order to ensure that, we reach out to investors, we raise funds for that product, we reach out to angel investors. There are a lot of angel investors available in Delhi NCR region as well as in our network also. So we reach out to those investors, we ensure that enough fund is available for a specific product, the prototype product or the MVP which we are trying to build. And post that, once the minimum viable product is being used by a number of customers, a small share of the profit or the money which we are getting from the customers, it is shared with the investors in form of interest. And once the product is doing good, then again you can either raise more funds or you can go debt free, and you can execute your operations by making more and more profitable sales. So initially we need to understand that how investments are taken on each and every product. We have to ensure that enough money is available for each and every product so that it keeps on running until we meet a minimum customer criteria. So for every different product, depending on the demand, 10% of the demand is the minimum customer which we have to reach out. So if I tell you, suppose we started a product known as Day Trade Insight. So on this product, when we searched, so there were, let's say, 1 million queries happening every month, okay, for to gain insights, and the stock trading and all, it's a very in demand queries which happens related to gain insights and all. So we will try to search that, let's say if we want to serve Delhi's audience, so how much searches are happening in Delhi. So suppose it says that 10,000 searches per month are happening in Delhi. So what if the audience is large? We will make an MVP and we'll try to reach out to 1% of the customers initially, okay? And if 1% of this 10k has been reached and we are getting good response and we are getting profitable returns out of those sales deals, so till that time we will ensure that enough investment money is available. And once we have reached that threshold, then we'll try to reduce the debts and ensure that more profitable money and customers are coming in, and through that customer money new marketing and things are being done so that enough money again comes through the profitable sales of the product. Now, so these are the 5 important segments, and the interns which we want, we want the interns, to understand. We want the interns to understand in which part of these 5 of our business you guys can contribute well. So you need to understand that. So as soon as we progress further during these Scrum meetings, you guys will understand what all specific tools we are creating in every part and what technologies using in each and every part. And you belong to one technology as an intern, so how you can work on that technology and contribute to the product and service which is being created. These are the 5 parts of the businesses, and let me show you certain scripts before moving to the next part of this segment. So what do we initially do? We make use of certain tools in all of these categories. So there were 5 categories. One was identification of the demands, then attracting attention from the customers, converting these customers into paying customers by identifying their problems, followed by 4th point was value delivery, giving the customers what we have promised, and we have to ensure that they are satisfied. And finally, we have to bring in enough money in order to ensure that the product sustains up to till the time it reaches to the minimum number of audience. Okay, and the minimum number of audience is most of the times between 1% to 10% of the total demand in one specific month. And then if the success is met, if we have reached the minimum number of audience in the desired time duration with the currently existing resources, then we try to take that product to the further level. Then we try to understand the other regions where our customers are available, and the life cycle of marketing, sales and all that increases then as soon as we get the metric met. Now let me just quickly give you a gist of what all tools we use here. I believe my screen is visible to everyone. Okay guys, let me show you one thing. So initially what do we do? Whenever we start a product or something, so we make use of keyword planner. This is the first tool which majorly each and every one of must know. So we try to build products only for those cases where a huge demand exists. So if a huge demand exists, only then we will try to understand customer problems and we try to create a product. If there isn't a huge demand for the type of problem which we want to address, then we don't get into creating the products. Okay, so let me just quickly reach out to that. So initially what you can do is either you can make use of keywords in order to find out the relevant demand for the kind of product which you want to make, which you want to identify what people are searching. Otherwise you can take up a competitor's website, fetch the relevant the keywords, and then try to find out what customers are searching and asking with respect to that domain. So let's say initially what I do is I will directly go to my website. Let's say my website, the product which you will be building in the next 5 to 10 days. One product which we will be discussing in this Scrum will be this Day Trade Insight from scratch, end to end, so that you guys have that clarity that how products are being built here and how each and every technology is integrated in that particular product. So initially this is the stage 1 where we try to identify a customer demand. We can start with keywords, but since my product is already ready, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make use of start with the website. Okay, my existing website. So I'm going to use the entire website and I would like to quickly search the keywords. Before
so sorry to interrupt, actually the screen is of presentation. We have.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Is it fine now?
Yes sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so guys, Let me just do it again, once again. Okay. So what do we have to do here is, you can reach out to Keyword Planner. Okay. You can open Keyword Planner. Once you open Keyword Planner, it is a free account. You can quickly get started with your Google account. You don't need, any specific paid plan in order to access it. So once I sign in, it will give me two options. Either we can discover new keywords with respect to the existing one, or if we have a website or a web product already ready, we can quickly find out the relevant keywords which people are searching. Okay. Now, so since my product is already ready, what I will do, I will start with a website. If your product is not ready and you want to build on something, you can quickly put on your keywords and see the relevant, what people are searching related to what you want to build. So let's say I wanted to start with my product, daytradeinsight.com. This is going to be my website, which will be the seed value through which I will try to identify what the relevant customers are searching and asking. So if I quickly get these results, and currently I'm searching this for India region. If you want to select any specific region in which you want to identify the demand, you can do it. Okay. Suppose currently I'm targeting India. In case if you are sure about which countries, which region, the demand is, you can target that as well. And in case if you are not sure that where a demand exists for my kind of, product or service, you can make use of trends initially to find it out. So let's say if I go on trends.google.com, and if I quickly click on explore, and if I put a term, something like, let's say, day trading or something like this. If I search for something like day trading or so, I can set it to worldwide, and I can quickly set the duration of how many, what is the expected duration which I want to target. So sometimes what do we do is, if we want to create a new product and we want to see the burning demand in the regions as of now, so most of the times we make use of sometimes 30 days or 90 days or so, which means the recent searches are happening in which market. So let's say if I put 30 days and if I'm searching for day trading, you can quickly see that day trading is being searched in all of these, in all of these regions: Zimbabwe, Trinidad, Laos, Bahrain, Dubai, and various other. Okay. So you can click on one such, any of these, countries. And once you click on the countries, you will get those relevant states also where the demand is increasing. So now if you can see that, if we talk about day trading, India is at the 20th position with respect to current search. So in last 30 days on Google, people, those who are searching. Okay. So we were here. So initially, if you have seen that currently India is at the 20th, position on. Right. Okay. So guys, if you can see, if we are quickly searching on on Google about the keyword day trading, and we are doing this search for the worldwide, and we are checking for last 30 days, in what regions day trading is being searched. Okay. So if we can see that this is the level of the demand, and India is at the 20th position as of now in last 30 days with respect to the searches happening for the keyword day trading. I believe this is clear. Just give me a hand raise if this is clear to you all. That's great. Now, so if I click on India now, you can see that we are currently searching in India region. In last 30 days, what searches are happening. So if you can see that people are searching for day trading in Manipur, Goa, Assam, Maharashtra, Karnataka. So these are the regions in which day trading is currently being searched. I believe this is clear to everyone. Okay. Now, so what do we know here as of now? We know the first part, that there is a demand for the product which we want to create. So for day trading product, I have understood that there exists a demand, and I know the regions where the demand exists. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to do, so if I am searching for India, let's say, okay, and if I go back here, so if you can see for India region, now I want to search for the 30 days. Okay, what is the number of searches happening in last 30 days? So I am changing this duration to last month. Okay, in case if you want, an exhaustive and a deep search for, let's say, a year, for 2 years. Okay, so you can customize those dates. But initially, when I start building a product, my objective is a 1 month analysis. Okay, so when we at the management level, when we when we think that okay, one product needs to be created and there is a burning demand, so we try to identify these demands with respect to what competitors are doing and where the market is moving, and on the basis of that we start identifying what are the customer demands and in what region the demand exists, and then we try to create a product for that region. That's what we do. That's how the strategy begins. So let's say if I put it for last month, I can quickly see here I've got an Excel sheet of day trading stocks to trade, intraday stock recommendations. You can see that if I quickly put on average monthly searches, so you can see that people in India region in October itself, which means in October, November, last month, the demand exists, and on an average, the monthly searches are happening from 100,000 to 1 million. Okay, for each of these keywords, which you can see here. So stock market for today, followed by so most of the searches are happening for stock market trade. Okay, intraday stocks today, intraday trading, stock market investment, stock option trading strategies. So these are the kind of relevant searches happening for my kind of product which I have created, daytradeinsight.com. Okay, I believe this is clear to everyone. I would like to allow the mic for a moment and just need a quick confirmation from you guys. Guys, you can turn your cams on for a minute and just give me a confirmation if this is clear to all of you. You can turn your cams on, you can speak up for a moment in case if anybody has any query. As of now, we can address that. So I believe this is clear that how we identify demand. So we identify demand using keyword planner, and whenever, let's say, we give you a project, or if we are working on something common, you need to ensure that whatever you are building has to be addressed to a very larger audience. Okay, and with respect to region, we do further analysis, and then we try to create a relevant product for it. Now, one thing I will tell you. So before this, so I had this already, and I already have this existing product, Day Trade Insight. Okay, what if I don't have a product? Then let's say if I were you, I would have been an intern, and if I have to think that what product should I make, okay, so I would have done a market study, or else I would have picked up a competitor. Okay, or I would have picked up a company in which I want to go and work, let's say. Okay, suppose you want to go and work for Microsoft. So you can take Microsoft's website, put it in the keyword analysis. It will identify what Microsoft is building, and wherever the demand is, okay, you can start creating a project prototype on that keyword, on that part. So that will be more and more relevant with respect to what are we trying to do for a company, or what are we trying to build. So how I do mostly, so I'm a person who deals in stock markets most of the time, so I see which sector is working. Okay, so let's say one day I was just observing the market, and LT Mindtree was was booming on that day. Okay, or else if I see today power sector is doing great, banking is doing great as of now. So what I'll do, I'll select one company from power stock, because that is the actual market. Okay, when we talk about market, stock market gives you where the market really exists and what is happening in the business sector. So whichever stock is booming today, or whichever stock is the top gainer today, I will pick that stock. I will go to that company's website. I'll pick that company's URL and I'll put it in the keyword planner. And accordingly, Google will crawl that particular website and will give me the relevant keywords in order to give me that knowledge that in which segment that particular company is working. So I'll give you one. Let me show you. So now what am I doing is, so how I generally do things. Let's say I'm opening my my TradingView account and my specific stocks and analysis which I do over the market. Okay, so let's say currently I am analyzing let me just see those stocks where accumulation is happening. These are some of my you can create this in Pine script and so, and a number of tasks in the intern tracker are related to building stock market strategies and platform and understanding candlesticks and all that. So there are a lot of relevant tasks related to stock market which you will come across as soon as you will be working. Now let's say so I think this is the last 5-minute data. Let me just quickly go to the last 15 minutes data at the end of the day, what was happening. Let me see, or let me just quickly go to the volume leaders of the day and I'll pick one. So let's say when I was dealing today, I have seen that there are various stocks. Let's say there is one stock, Texrail, then there is Balaji, Telefilms, Tata Steel, Tech Mahindra. So let's say Tech Mahindra is a relevant company to me. It is a IT company. So what I'll quickly do, let's say if I take Tech Mahindra's website, this is techmahindra.com. I think you guys can see this website. Just give me a quick confirmation. Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
I got Tech Mahindra. Okay. So how did I got Tech Mahindra? So I have seen a lot of buying is happening in Tech Mahindra. There might be some future. There would be something which might be coming with respect to Tech Mahindra or so. Any of those companies you can pick accordingly. So I'm from the one where I have to create software. So I pick a company and I try to identify what software is required in this relevant company, and then I try to find out the demand and I make a product accordingly for those companies. And then with my B2B tools, I try to reach out to those companies and I pitch my product to them. So in this internship discussion scrum meetings, we will be discussing all these strategies, how we do that, so that you guys can build those scripts, use those scripts, reach out to the customers and pitch the products we are building to these customers. Now, so I'll quickly go to my keyword planner. I'll go to keyword planner once again. I'll click on discover new keywords, start with a website, and I'll put Tech Mahindra here. Okay, so initially I did that with LTI Mindtree before starting the digital transformation business. So I was regularly exploring LTI Mindtree. It was a very great it's a great company which actually works in AI and a lot of stuff they do. Let me just show you that. The website is ltimindtree.com. So they mostly work on artificial intelligence technology. I think you would have heard about LTI Mindtree, I believe. Have you guys heard about this company? So they do a lot of things in data, they do a lot of things in cloud, they build enterprise applications. Okay, now coming back to the search. So once I have searched this, either I can quickly scan the current page. It could be a possibility that if you want analyze one page only in order to find out that relevant keywords, you can do that. Otherwise you can search the entire website. So if I'm searching for the entire website as of now in the India region, and in October 2023, if I'm trying to identify, you can quickly see that the major part which we are getting from this website is AI chatbot. Can you see that? Free AI chatbot, Oracle HCM, AI chatbot. So it is a possibility that Tech Mahindra currently is building softwares and applications where they are creating chatbots, and they are distributing those support chatbots to n number of businesses available to other industries. Are you understanding my point? So it is an IT company. It might be supplying those AI chatbots to rail industries, power industries, banking industries, and various others. I believe you understood my point. Is this clear? Just give me a quick confirmation. Guys, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है ना आप लोगों को? हिंदी में बोलूं? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Start speaking in Hindi. बोर तो नहीं हो रहे हो? डांस करके दिखाऊं? मम्मी हंस रही है मेरी. Okay. ठीक है. You guys here? चलो कैम ऑन करो पहले. Before I proceed further. Okay. So now, so अब कहाँ तक पहुँच गए? So we can, if you want to identify what needs to be built, you can quickly see what's happening in the market. You can open trends. You can see what is trending. You can see what company is trending. You can put that on the keyword planner. You can quickly find it out. What are they building? And you are not finding out what they are building. You are finding out they could be building 10 products. But which of their product is in demand? As of now, what they are selling, that you will be able to find out. Okay. Now, industry works, on a 10 years life cycle. We call this life cycle as Gantt hype cycle. Have you ever heard about Gartner hype cycle? Sorry. Have you heard about Gartner hype cycle? Have you heard it ever? You haven't heard it? It's a very important thing which you guys need to know. So every technology, whether it is AI, okay, whether it is Android apps, whether it is cloud, okay, whether it is digital marketing, any of those technologies, all these technologies pass through 5 stages, okay, and these 5 stages are divided into 10 long years, okay. Now, industries start building on a product, or they start working on a technology when it has crossed through of disillusionment. Okay, it is one stage. I will show you one sample hype cycle so that you will get this knowledge. Let me just share that with you before I proceed further. Now, so this is Gartner hype cycle. Let's say for AI 2023, you can see. You can quickly search it for IT based technologies also. Okay, or else you can select one technology in order to get the sub technologies associated with it, or you can quickly search a sector, so you will get all those technologies which are in that sector, and you can see those hype cycles. So let's say if I say Gartner hype cycle for IT, information technology, let's say, so you can quickly search it for cyber security, hype cycle for digital marketing. So you can create search hype cycles for technology as well as for sectors. Both ways you can do. So I'll quickly open images and I'll show you how that hype cycle looks. So I'm just opening one hype cycle here. I'll open it for emerging technologies. So there are multiple hype cycles which you can see that this is the hype cycle for artificial intelligence. Then there is a hype cycle for emerging technologies in finance. These are the hype cycle for top generative AI technologies. So there are various hype cycles which is available on Gartner.com. Okay, Gartner is the website on which you can get that. Chalo, I'll take up this one. Okay, what's new in artificial intelligence from 2023 Gartner hype cycle. So I'm just evaluating this hype cycle for you. Now, if you can see that this is the hype cycle, and every technology is divided into 5 different stages. I believe you all are able to see that. So first stage is the innovation trigger. when a technology is introduced. Okay. Post that, once the technology is introduced, all these YouTubers and all, they start, posting on internet. This is going to disrupt the technology. This is going to do this, do that, X, Y, Z. This is going to change everything, like that. Now, once the peak of inflated expectations is over, okay, and how it gets over? When people start using the technology, start using the prototypes, or start researching on it, then they try to, remove the illusion that AI can do this or chatbot can do this. So if I put it in form of an example, you would have seen when ChatGPT was launched on 31st November and December, so there were n number of thousands of posts, thousand millions of posts, were being posted on YouTube and all other social media that ChatGPT is going to do everything XYZ. But when you have literally started using ChatGPT, you would have analyzed that it can only help you write better text, okay, or it can only help you write codes, fundamental level codes. But if you want some advanced codes or projects or XYZ things needs to be done, it is not efficient for that. It is growing as of now, but it cannot, without human intelligence, it cannot make, a ready to use product. That is not possible. But in the peak of inflated expectations, people were thinking that ChatGPT is going to do everything. Okay, it will replace humans, like that. But eventually it is not possible. Okay. So post researchers, when people start using technology, okay, the throw of disillusionment is done. And once this throw of disillusionment is over, then comes the slope of enlightenment. And in this stages, companies start building their products. Okay, so I'll write here: company starts developing customer products. So this is the stage. So you always have to work out on the technology which is in slope of enlightenment or which is in plateau of productivity. Okay, so if I give you an example, so if you see in 2023, you can see that majority of the companies nowadays, if you observe, they might be working on, computer vision. I mean to say, the products are in use. Okay, the companies have started building products and customers have started using the products of these technologies which are in the slope of enlightenment, where it is clear that what this technology can do. Okay, so intelligent apps, autonomous vehicles, cloud AI services, so all these are existing nowadays. People are working on it, people are using this. Okay, but if you see, so AI maker and teaching kits, knowledge graphs, edge AI, all these things are still in the throes of disillusionment. Researchers are happening on it. Okay, now if you see generative AI, a lot of things are being talked about generative AI, where you would have heard examples like deepfake and a lot of various foundation models. These are the technologies which are in the peak of inflated expectations as of now, and people have started testing, making products, doing research on it. And these are the technologies which are in innovation trigger. Okay, so if you can see that these are the technologies which are going to come in certain years or so. And if you can see that here are some labels as well, the status of the technology and in how many years it is going to reach this level plateau of productivity where companies will start making profits. Okay, so if a technology reaches this segment, plateau of productivity, at this stage companies start making profits by building those products which are on plateau of productivity. Large companies make profits out of it. Okay, so if you can see that if somebody will start working on neurosymbolic AI, let's say, okay, if somebody starts working on this, so this will reach out to plateau of productivity in more than 10 years. So there is no point if you make a product on neurosymbolic AI today, it is of no use because customers are not going to use it. They are not going to buy it. Okay, because it will take more than 10 years to reach to plateau of productivity. So if you are eyeing 10 years from now, if you want to build a product which will work 10 years from now, then you can work on those products which will, which will be on plateau of productivity in a certain duration of time. Apart from that, if you want to see, if you want to work on any current technology, you can quickly identify that if I want to work on AI, then what technology should I take up within AI itself? I should pick up something which will reach to plateau of productivity in less than 2 years, or in 2 to 5 years if I'm in college. So suppose I'm in first year or second year, I would select any technology which might be reaching to plateau of productivity in 2 years from now, so that by the time I come out of my college, I would be having, there would be a demand in the market for that thing, which I would have already done it during my college duration. Are you understanding my point? So if I'm in second year, I will start working on a technology which will be on plateau of productivity in 2 years. So I will be doing my, learnings and all that things in these 2 years. And when I'm about to come out of my college, that technology would be in demand because people would be building products using that technology, and companies would be working on it. There would be projects and products, and profitably companies would be building. So you can go and fit within small scale, mid cap, or any large caps, wherever so. Okay. Now, so what could be these technologies which might be reaching to, in less than 2 years? So edge AI is one such which is reaching in 2 years in the plateau of productivity. Apart from that, you can see that data labeling and annotations. These are the, labeling techniques which is being done in AI. Then computer vision is also reaching to plateau of productivity within 2 years from now. Okay. So these are certain technologies on which you can make your projects, you can make your products, and that will be more helpful and valuable with respect to your career or with respect to customers' perspectives. So if we want to build up a product today, instead of neurosymbolic AI or AI general intelligence, we would be focused towards making products on edge AI or, data labeling and computer vision or so. That will be more profitable to us as of now. Understanding my point? I believe this is clear. So this is, let us just have a quick discussion before I proceed. So is this clear? Have you understood what is hype cycle? So hype cycles are very, very important, and you can quickly find out, different hype cycles for your technology or the area of your interest, so that you would be, aware what is going to happen in the market in future. Okay. And then you can prepare yourself accordingly. So what do we got? Let's say I have selected a company. Through that company, I have identified what are they building. So I will prepare myself. So if I want to go into Tech Mahindra, let's say, I'm giving you one example. So my AI chatbot would be more, relevant. I am working on artificial intelligence technology. The demand is AI chatbot, which is a customer demand. Okay. Customers demand AI chatbot. So eventually, as a software developer working on artificial intelligence, I should be building AI chatbots. Okay. Now, these AI chatbots should have, facilities like computer vision, edge artificial intelligence, these technologies which are about to come. So demand of AI chatbot and use cases with respect to, edge and those technologies which will be reaching to plateau of productivity in 1 year or 2 years or so. So that would be more useful with respect to customers' perspective and with respect to us as a career. Okay. So eventually, say if I'm building product for my customers, building a product is my career. Okay. And eventually I also have to be prepared in a way that I would be building edge AI based products or, chatbot based products as of now. And I would be needing team who can come join and start building AI chatbots for my customers, because that is in demand. I would be getting paid for making certain products. So I believe you are understanding my point. So similarly, we have certain tasks on Node.js group, to create AI chatbots. So this chatbot, Node.js people, those who work in the Node.js group, we have certain tasks related to creation of the chatbots that they develop. Okay. So also we have various, we make use of Microsoft bot framework in order to build cloud-based chatbots. So we are building these chatbots, right? Say 5 years since 5 years. It's been more than 5 years we are building these chatbots and we are supplying those chatbots, and people have to build it. The new team members, those who are coming in, they need to know. So they will be working on Node.js as a technology, but they will be building chatbot as a product. So I believe this is clear. So that's how we try to identify what is the demand, and which company is building what, and how we can build those products and services. So this is one such tool which we have discussed. Now I'm taking you to the another tool as per my presentation. I think anybody has any questions on Keyword Planner? Anybody would want to ask any question related to Keyword Planner? Any question which comes to your mind? So now you are clear. If I will say, okay, go and analyze this website and let me know what are they building. So will you be able to find that out? So when it comes to understanding what my competitor is building, you don't need to scroll their website. Okay, you need to take up their website, put it on these tools, and you will get eventually what are they building, which is in demand in the market, and then we can start building on it. So this is one thing, identification of what people want. So with respect to every individual market, there would be different demands, and depending on our seed, sometimes the seed is the customer, sometimes the seed is the technology, sometimes seed is any of the customer requirements, and depending on that seed, we try to identify the huge demand and the region where we can target. So similarly, using this tool, we started this product, Day Trade Insight, because it was in huge demand, and not only in India, worldwide. Hence, we started building on a product to make a stock trading platform, and mostly the platform is research oriented, so that we can integrate certain technologies like AI and all in order to make informed decisions. So that's what we are trying to build up at the back end. So we are implementing a lot of mathematical data science based models, and we are trying to integrate it to these stock market data, so that we can predict better decisions in order to for the investors, so that they can invest on better stocks. So that's what is the overall objective, and in order to give appropriate trading insights to our customers, because that is in demand, and India is only at the 20th number. There is a global demand for this. So if we collectively work on this product, there is a huge you can say that there is a huge demand of the product, and we can make great money out of selling the product and understanding customer demands and fulfilling their demands. Now I'm moving on to the next segment of my presentation. Second thing which I have told you was the audience aggregation tool. So again, we have another script with which we try to find out any targeted influencer from Twitter or so. We try to gain their followers, and then we try to reach out to them. I'll show you some certain examples. So I'll take you to another script which we generally use here in order to create the seed customers, okay, who might be interested in what we are building. So suppose we understood that, okay, Day Trade Insight is required, we make a product. Now we need to reach out to the customers, okay. How do we reach out to the customers? That's what I want to show you now. So I believe I'll show you one. Let me just go to downloads. So the form factor is not important. Currently I'm showing you the scripts in Python, but eventually it can be coded in any specific language with respect to the demand, okay. So if multiple users have to use it, then we will create it in a web form. If only I have to use it, then I will create it in form of a Python script, and accordingly, depending on the use case, the codes can be recoded. So this one is audience blend follower tweet evaluation, okay. I'll show you this code. So what do we do here? If I give you an example, let me just show you. So eventually what do we do here? I'll show you. I'll walk you through the code, and you can see I have posted one video on creating a Twitter bot using ChatGPT app. So this code was explained in that video. You can see that how that is working. So what do we do here? I'll show you one example. So we do here something like this. So we make use of ChatGPT in order to create automated responses for the people. And how the journey begins, I'll show you. So initially the journey begins in this way. So we process tweets from the liking users. Okay, this is one method which we have created. Process tweets from liking users. So what we do here in this method, initially we insert a user's Twitter ID. Okay, now once we enter a user's Twitter ID, we try to extract its liking users, all the users, those who are liking that particular tweet. And I'll show you certain examples how we were doing this also. Let me just open Twitter Home for you. Suppose, so here if you can see that this is my product, Day Trade Inside Twitter's account, and Nitin Kamath, the founder of Zerodha, let's say, he has made a post. He's a very big influencer when it comes to stock market. Do you guys agree? Nitin Kamath. Okay. Now, if you can see, Nitin Kamath's post has been viewed by 175k audience. It is liked by 968 audience. Okay. So now what I will do, I will try to extract this 968, 969 audience. This one. Okay. So we will put in a tweet ID and we will extract these 969 liking users, those who have liked this particular post. So we can, filter any of these posts, any of the influencers' posts we can pick up, and we can extract the tweets and we can start responding to it. Now, so we find out these, liking users, then we get all the followers of Nitin Kamath, those who are following him. Now, once we find out those followers, we try to get their tweets. Okay, those people, those who are tweeting, we fetch those tweets, and depending on that tweets, we try to quickly figure it out if those tweets are related to stock market tweets. Okay, we try to capture that tweet and then we create an automated output for it. So using ChatGPT, what we do here, we tag that user and we write a friendly positive tweet for the tweet they are doing, okay, with respect to whatever pitch we want to do. So sometimes what do we do here is, if you can see that, so in the previous examples, I would have been, recommended a product development workshop to a user with respect to a certain tweet. I would have, posted a 20-day live workshop for job seekers and startup enthusiasts post. So that's how we create different types of, we select different audiences and what do we want to, recommend them and do them. We can do that with respect to the tweet functions. So we create a tweet using ChatGPT here and post that. Then we create a response and we reply to the specific tweet which those followers are doing. And if I show you certain examples, I'll quickly go here. Let's say I'll go here. So I'll go to the profile and I'll show you the replies here. So these are certain replies which are auto posted, but I'll take you to certain replies. Just give me a minute, which ChatGPT has posted. Give me a minute. So I think these are the replies also. Let me just check. Okay. Yeah, these are the replies. Give me a minute. I'll show you one correct, example. So all these posts which you are also seeing here are automatically posted through Python script. It is not done manually. It is done through a Python script which we have created in order to, publish the content on Twitter. So all these are created with Python and all that. But let me just take you to one such, that how we were responding. Eventually the bot, it collects the information from the website and it starts posting. So you're finding a lot of posts here. Okay, so here is some example of 20 days live workshop post which was posted through ChatGPT. Here is an example, so it was just finding out people's tweets, and those who were interested in that, it was posting to them, one by one, to all these different posts. And there would be more. Sometimes we send the bot to share friendly tweets and so. And then what happens once we start posting to these people? So when they see, when they respond back, okay, so an engagement gets created between that X user and us, and Twitter feels like okay, these two people are connected to each other. So once Twitter finds out a connection, so then in that case what we do, whenever we make a new post, then that post will be displayed to all those accounts immediately, okay, and we get a huge following without spending anything on ads. So ads can be spent, ads can be done, but again, ads become a costly affair a lot of times. And initially when you have to start any of the product and you don't have the money, then you can make use of these techniques, in order to aggregate the relevant seed level audience, and you can start promoting any product which you want to pitch in. Now, so coming back to this, so this was the second tool which I have shown you, that how do we find out liking users. Sometimes we communicate with the followers only, sometimes we communicate with the people, those who have viewed that posts and all. So we use technology in order to reach out to the to get the attention of the relevant audience. That's what we do. Now in the third category, again, then it comes the sales category. So we again make use of certain scripts in order to find out what the customer is asking and what the customer needs. So let me just quickly show you. I'll show you here. So we have audience extractor as well, in order to get more and more customers, in order to extract the attention. We do that using custom Google search. Okay, so I'll show you one example. So here is a quick example of how do we reach out to colleges. So here, if you can see, with audience aggregator, we have done one thing. We made use of Engineering College Tamil Nadu placement cell. Okay, we executed this query. Here we are using Google custom search APIs. Okay, so we find out 100 websites. We extracted it through Python, and once we extracted it through Python, we did email validations from those, and post that, if you can see that all these college-based IDs are extracted. Okay. The email IDs have been extracted for the relevant colleges. So through this, sometimes what we do, we initially try to find out B2B customers. So this is not only limited to a college placement cell. We can make use of any businesses around the world, and we can extract their information. Then we can make relevant sales pitches by understanding what are the customer problems, and then we can reach out to those. So post this, what we do, once we extract this information, we try to process it, we try to keep it on a central database, and then using more tools. So we have one more tool known as Audience Blend. Through that, we market the customers. Then we try to understand the sales pitches and all. Now, so this is one thing which you have understood here. So now again, we use Python, we use custom Google search APIs in order to extract. Then we make use of concepts like regular expressions to filter out the emails, and then database queries in order to insert efficiently into the databases, and then again fetching that data appropriately, then again finding out a specific stage of a particular customer with respect to its journey on the platform, followed by sending it through cloud email services, creating codes, deploying it on cloud in order to communicate to that audience in the real time, not only in India, worldwide. So again, each and every part of our business is somewhere influenced by the technology, or is somewhere done by the technology. So we make use of programming, we make use of APIs, okay, in order to create relevant products. Then we analyze a lot of data, and we execute things. Now, third thing which I'm going to take you to was understanding the customer problems. Okay, so there is again one more script. Mostly we try to automate stuff. So how do we do here? If I show you an example, okay. So now here is one example which we do here. Let me just quickly show you. So here what do we do? Generally, I'll show you. So if I run this, so I'm going to search a keyword, and let me just quickly say where it is searching. So I've got a keyword, and okay, so suppose this is the third stage where we want to identify customer problems. Okay, so suppose if I want to quickly find out customers problems, so I'll select my keyword. Let's say this keyword we can quickly would have selected through here. Okay, let's say through AI chatbot. This is the product which I want to make, so I got one keyword from here. Now I will reach out to my third stage, which is the sales stage. So if I got AI chatbot, and if I put it here on my script, let's say AI chatbot, and quickly I'm going to search it on one of the platforms. So initially I would like to search on Quora. What are people talking about AI chatbot on Quora, let's say. Okay, so if I quickly put this query, so it is going to filter, n number of things, n number of questions from Quora. So now here we got a quick set of questions. What's a good question to trip up an AI bot trying to have something? Is using an AI like chatbot to write a college paper? Something. There are hundreds of questions which would be related to AI chatbot. So post that, what we do, we export this into CSV files. Sometimes we do deep learning on it by doing clustering, or else if something needs to be done quickly, in that case we make use of ChatGPT also. Okay, so now what we did, so we took all those questions and then we put it to ChatGPT programmatically, and we asked that try to create a problem statement on the basis of the following questions which are being asked on Quora. So now let's say, so earlier whatever query has been posted here, I will show you one problem statement which this has created, not for AI chatbot but for my previous query, because this is the output on my screen of my previous queries which I have done. So I'll show a real-time example of what we initially do when we try to make a sales pitch or a marketing strategy. So here if you can see that this would have been related to something like options advisory, again for the day trade insight product we were using. So one problem statement which we created here is, the problem at hand is to identify best options trading advisory service that provides accurate and reliable information to customers. Additionally, there is a need to assess the profitability and potential risks associated with options trading, as well as the level of difficulty in getting started and mastering this trading strategy. So on the basis of questions, we got 100 questions from Quora. Those questions are quickly converted in form of a problem statement. Okay, and now this will become the problem statement which we are going to solve. So now what we got, so we got a keyword, or we got a competition. We find out what people are searching, then we took that keyword and we put it on, so we extracted information through Quora, Reddit, and there are various other websites, there are various blogs and customer discussion portals through where we try to identify what they are talking, and on the basis of their questions we create a problem statement. Okay, now once the problem statement is created, then we try to see which of our service can solve that particular problem. So if you can see that we have various services like Hackveda One-to-One, and Intern Tracker, Day Trade Insight, Diagnostic Expert, YouTube Downloader. How one of my product, how it is going to solve that problem. So then again we try to build a solution for it. So here in this case, I have asked that how Hackveda Day Trade Insight is going to solve this customer problem. Okay, this is a common problem made out of all the questions which customers were asking on Quora. So we got a solution statement that this is what we can offer as a service. So Hackveda's Day Trade Insight solves the problem statement by providing a comprehensive options trading advisory service that offers accurate and reliable information to customers through the use of AI, data analytics, and machine learning. The platform identifies the best trading opportunities and provides recommendations to maximize profitability while minimizing risk. So this is our solution statement which we created on the basis of what customer is asking. Okay, so this becomes the sales segment, that what problems we are trying to solve and what are the questions people are asking. Now there are certain we do a lot of queries, as in case if you want to find out quick queries happening recently. Okay, so we make use of after keyword also from Google. So suppose if I quickly want to get what people are asking related to day trading after 2023, let's say October 1. So now I'm going to get what people are asking, what Google has crawled after 10th of October from internet related to day trading on this website Quora.com. Okay, so you can modify your searches in any possible way. And again, you need to understand the steps is important. Once you understand the steps clearly, then using the technology comes into picture. Okay, how you are going to use different technologies. So here what all we are using, initially I have a clear process in mind that this is what I'm going to do. Then I'm using a lot of tools. I'm using keyword planner, I'm using trends, then I'm using Python as a language, then I'm using custom search as an API, then I'm using ChatGPT as an API. So there are different technologies, but eventually they all have to be integrated together in order to make a solution for the customer. I believe you guys are getting it now, that how each part of the business is complemented with technology in our organization. Okay, now so these are the recent queries. You can see that these are posted on October 31st, October 6th, October 10, October 4. So these are the recent questions by people which have been posted very recently. So here is a question on 10th of November 2023. Can day traders or swing traders beat the market over a long period? So this is a good question. Now on the basis of this question, we will try to make an email campaign or a sales pitch, and then through the audience aggregator and the Twitter tool which we have built on stage number 2, we are going to make certain sales pitches in order to address these problems, and then we will reach out to that audience which we aggregated through Twitter APIs, through scraping and various other strategies which we do. Now so that's how we build these products and services. Apart from that, then we try to make a customer avatar. Okay, what kind of customers would be interested in using our product? So it could be aspiring financial analysts, these could be mathematical graduates, these would be job seekers in finance. Okay, so we make use of dream customers. Then we try to make a marketing and sales plan, then how we are going to reach out to individual customers. Okay, so you can see that. So if I am defining a target audience for my aspiring financial analyst segment, so what we can do, we can develop comprehensive guides and resources for them. Okay, we can create blog posts, ebooks, white papers, we can utilize SEO strategies, we can offer webinars or online courses. So these are the strategies which we then make, that how we are going to reach out to our customers in various form factors, and we are going to make the sales. Okay, so again, post this, then we once the sales and marketing plan is done, then we try to make use of pricing and positioning. So we do a lot of codes on how to price the product. That's very important. And again, for that we do have a web tool also, through which we have created in the organization itself, in order to calculate the cost of the products which we are creating. I'll show you one example. So this is the 4th stage. Okay, here I'm coming back to the 4th stage of the value delivery, giving our the finance, how we calculate the product pricing and all that. So value delivery, again, which I told you, is by identifying the needs of the customers and then reaching out to them and giving them what is exactly required. Okay, so what do we do? Again, so this is how a complete plan is created, and finally we export it into PDF files, and then we start acting on it. Coming back to product calculation, I'll show you one more script here. So here is the product pricing calculator. So what do we do here? So we make use of how we calculate codes. So sometimes, let's say if we have created one product, okay, now in that specific product, let's say we created n number of codes and number of lines, cloud code XYZ is created. So we quickly analyze all these code files and we try to give a unit cost to it with respect to the person who has created. So I'll share how we do that. Coming back here. So eventually what we do here, let me just show you. So if in this case, let me just, here is the project cost which we are calculating somehow. Okay, it might be picking up from another script. I think there the information. No, okay, here it is. So here what are we doing? Per line we are charging around 10 rupees. Okay, for that specific product or software which is created here. So you can see that we try to identify each and every file and we see how much code has been done or implemented in it, and on the basis of that we try to create the development cost of a specific script or a product or a service. And I'll show you one example of how this is created. I'll show you one example for this. What is the final outcome which we create here? Let me just show you. Okay, I'll do it right away from here. Just give me a minute. I think that would be here. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just share that with you. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just filtering the product quotation. Okay, here it is. I'll show you how it is offered and send. Let me just reach out here. I'll send it to me and I'll show you how does it go. Test proposal. Okay, let me just show you how we work out. So these eventually go automatically through the server side. I'm just showing for your relevance that how the product was calculated, how a quotation has been created, and how it is pitched to a customer. So I'll just reach out to my account. Okay, so here I have got test proposal, if you can see. So this is the proposal which is created programmatically, proposal for the Hackveda trading recommendation platform. So here is the quotation. So this quotation is eventually created using the steps which has been taken back. So now, so all these photographs and everything in this format, it is programmatically collected from the backend. Then the production cost of a particular product is created. Each and every script file which has been created for the platform, how much will it cost, and then what would be the price, all that. So that's how a specific proposal and the cost and everything is created. So one such proposal which we invest for a trading recommendation platform to one of the customers ranges around 1,38,000 rupees. Okay, and with a justified cost of what all has been built and what will be supplied to the customer. So eventually, so that's how the proposals along with GST and everything that is being circulated to the consumers. So I believe now you are clear on this, that how are we using different technologies in order to reach out to our customer and share different information, share proposals, calculate everything with them. Any questions, anyone, as of now, before we proceed further? Is this clear till here? That we have around 5 parts in this business, where the first part is value creation, second one is getting the attention of the people, third is making sales, fourth one is value delivery, ensuring that they are satisfied, reaching out to their queries, supporting them, and finally getting in enough profitable sales. So profitable sales means we do not miss any of this information, and we do not do emotional decisions when it comes to sales of a product. So we try to evaluate the product with respect to what is the exact cost. Each and every cost is calculated line by line, okay, of every code which we have implemented, plus along with the services, any API costs and all that is calculated, and only then a proposal is created and drafted for the customer. So now when we are ensured that we have appropriately calculated the cost, we ensure that we are not going to make sales in losses. So that's how we make use of different technology. Different scripts are created for every specific stage of our business, so that we can reach out to customers appropriately. I believe this is clear. Any questions, anyone? आप लोग पूछ सकते हो, किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है अभी यहाँ तक तो. Guys, turn your cams on. Let's have a quick discussion. आपके questions नहीं है तो मैं पूछ लेता हूँ. Everybody, please turn your cams on. Okay. Bailin, Akhil, Kushagra, Ashi, Sridevi, Palak. Okay. So, guys, is it clear? Does it making any sense, or is it going out of the box? You guys can unmute yourself and you can speak. Are you muted?
It is clear, sir.
It is clear. Any questions? Any questions as of now?
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I'm actually an intern in cybersecurity domain, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, but my doubt is what is the application? What is the main role in cybersecurity? You explained everything, no, sir, about marketing products.
Right.
Can you give me a small example in this domain, sir?
Right. So when we talk about cyber security, so we need to ensure that the websites does not have SQL injections. All the roles are appropriately secured. Nobody can log into another's website. Nobody can see others' wallet. Because once you are creating a trading platform, you have to ensure that the security of money of a particular customer is appropriate. And since we have facilities like premium accounts, so we need to ensure that no unauthorized user must be accessing premium accounts without paying. It should not be done. So again, so there are various tools we use, OWASP, ZAP, okay, and there are various other scanners. Mostly what we do is we try to build our own tools. We do not depend on market tools which are available. We are programmers ourselves, and most of the time we try in this meeting also, if you have seen, each and every stage of the business which does not look like any programming is required in all those stages. But if you can see in our life cycle, in our company's life cycle, each and everything is backed by programming, because that's what is our strength. So what do we do when it comes to security also of the product? We try to make our own tools in order to scan whether security is ensured. So not in this case, this is a prototype product, Day Trade Inside, but eventually when we build products for DRDOs and all, at that point we ensure that data security is ensured. Along with that, I'll show you one example. One product we have recently pitched to Singapore High Commission. I'll show you the contract with you. So how do we have to ensure to these people? Let me just show you one example. Okay. So here is one product which we are supplying to Singapore High Commission. Product parcel management. So this is a product which is supplied to Singapore High Commission, and I'll show you. So this is how we create a quotation or a proposal of any product when we go to an organization. So here is a quick executive summary, and I'm reaching out to the security compliance of the product. So here, if you can see, here we are building a solution for them, a parcel management for the Embassy of Singapore. And here, what are we ensuring? We are ensuring streamlined processing, real-time tracking, transparent and secure data recording. Okay. So now what do we do? Whatever data is being recorded on their platform or the solution which they are using, we need to ensure that their data is not compromised in any possible way. So we have to ensure the security. We have to create the pen testing reports, and then we have to share that pen testing report. And one such is the GDPR compliance. This is the data protection regulation which needs to be ensured. So we do pen testing, and post that pen testing, a GDPR report is created and ensured that the product cannot be bypassed. The general data protection regulations are followed, and it is backed by the reports done using various scanning tools and all. So sometimes they refer their own tools that we want a report on the basis of this. Otherwise, we create certain tools and we make use of certain compliance benchmarks, and these security benchmarks are mostly complied through Center for Internet Security. There is a CIS community which offers benchmarks, and on the basis of those benchmarks, mostly the security is tested for any product, application or so. And I'll give you one example also how we do that. So now you can see that we have to ensure that we prioritize security of the product, and the parcel management which will be used at their end will be a secure solution. So accordingly, so depends on the organization for which the product is being created, and then the security of that particular product is ensured. Now GDPR again is General Data Protection Regulation, which is followed by various organizations. And when you are working for an enterprise product, there you have to ensure that the product has a security report attached to it with a proper pen testing done. I'll show you one more example.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, actually, then by saying this, you mean that my job is to just test, sir. My job is just testing the product or testing of API, sir. My job is not developing software, no, sir.
Sorry?
My job is just testing the APIs, no, sir. My job is not developing software, no, sir.
So if you are into cyber security, there will be certain cyber related tasks which will be allotted to you eventually, and it will fall around penetration testing, okay, where you have to initially test how SQL injection is happening on a website, how reverse shells are being done from one computer to another computer and all that.
Yes, sir. Like I'm fluent in this penetration testing part, sir. Like I'm not fluent in the software development, sir. That's why I'm asking, sir.
You are sorry, what? I didn't get that.
Like I'm expert in penetration testing, sir, not software development, sir.
Acha, you are an expert.
Not expert, sir. Like my domain is penetration testing, sir. Actually.
Acha, ठीक है, fine. You do the tasks initially, then we will talk on it. So there are various, once it depends on what application is built. So if we are supplying a web application to a customer, we have to ensure that web application security is done and tested. The cyber team has to do it. If we are delivering a mobile application to someone, then we have to ensure that mobile application is security tested. So there are different, mechanisms to test a mobile application. There are different mechanisms to test a web application. Again, sometimes, let's say if we are talking about one product, so here a number of communication happens between one server to other server hosted on cloud. When this communication is happening, the hackers, initially what happens, let me tell you. Suppose there is one server. We are displaying information to the customer through that server, and the processing of trading or analysis is being done at another server. We are using a machine learning model deployed at a cloud. When this communication is happening between these two servers, a hacker can interrupt that connection and can execute certain shell codes or anything like that in order to exploit it. Then we have to ensure that the machine learning model which is deployed on cloud and it is connected to our server must not be exploited. Okay, so identification of these has to be done by the cybersecurity team, because a person who is implementing machine learning model might not be a security expert, and he might not understand that how he has transmitted data from one end to other end and how it could be compromised. I'll show you one example also. It's a very good question which you have asked. Before I go to the example, you can see that here is the CIS benchmarks. You can reach out to CIS benchmarks. These CIS benchmarks are offered for each and every machine, each and every application. How you have to test, if you have to do a pen testing on OS, you can select that. If you want to pen test on a mobile phone, on a network, on an app, so there are certain guidelines through which it needs to be tested. Suppose we are testing Google Android, let's say I have created a mobile app and I have to ensure that it is being appropriately ensured that the security is done. So what you can do is you can quickly download it from here. I think you can make an account and try to see let me just see if I can download one for you. Anything, let me just put, what was the email ID? 007 Devansh. Okay, क्या हुआ, भेजा नहीं भेजा? I have the state. Okay, I'm not a robot. Okay, let me just see, get free benchmarks. क्या हो गया बेटा, भेज रहा है नहीं भेज रहा? Okay, so you can try on this. Okay, you can get these benchmarks from here. We had a lot of benchmarks here. I think that is on my board, but I cannot access it right away. Let me just say Center for Internet Security. Just a minute. Yes, benchmark. So you need to download it. Okay, I couldn't find it here as of now, but there are many mails from CIS. Okay, here there is one. I'll show you.
Sir.
Got it?
Sir, I will see, sir.
Yeah, you can see from here. So these are very detailed benchmarks. Each and every benchmark is of around 300-400 pages, and each and every mechanism in order to test a particular product, OS, everything is written step by step, which means you have the whole instructions are written along with what is the impact if that is exploited. Okay, so there are international benchmarks which are used with international organizations to ensure that the security is tested for a specific app, product, or
for example, CVSS, sir.
For example, so CVS is a vulnerability.
No, CVSS, sir. CVSS.
What is CVSS?
Like it is also a tool to rate the risk, like how much risk is rate that vulnerability, sir. How much impact would be if it is exploited.
Okay, so I'm not sure about what CVSS is. I have not heard about it. Neither I have used it. As I have already told you, we are not much dependent on existing tools which are in the market. We make use of our own tools on the basis of benchmarks, and then we test it depending on the regulations and all. So since we are a software organization, we are not dependent on external tools. What we are dependent on, what is the actual concept? We try to understand the concept, and then we try to make our own tool in order to do it. Hope you are understanding. So every stage of our business is somehow influenced by the internal codes which are being developed at our own organization in order to ensure that what we need to test can be available. Otherwise, what do? We make use of open source tools. So in case if something is open source, we try to use that tool, customize it for our requirement, and then we test it. So if I tell you, similarly, for web applications, mostly whatever is delivered, we always use OWASP app. This is one tool which is outside the scope of our organization. But why we use it? Because it is an open source tool. So we can program it with Java, and then we can implement our, security checks, whatever needs to be done. And accordingly, we test the web applications. Because these default tools, they don't give you, where the problem exists, the standard tools. So as a in a hacker's perspective, you do need to do a lot of, customizations in order to find out where the vulnerability exists.
I understood, sir. I understood.
I'll show you one example. So let me just show you.
Okay, sir.
So one example with respect to the cybersecurity stage, which I want to show you guys here, how and what needs to be done. I'll giving you one example. Just 1 minute. I think that would be here. We had one discussion recently with some people. Hacking machine. Okay, so here there's one example. I'll show you. So suppose okay, so here I'll show you one example. Okay, let's say now there is a product, earthquake prediction. Okay, can you see that screen? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
So now you can see that so this application is currently opened in a OWASP app in order to get that scanning done for the particular product. Okay, once we have done that with a tool, it has shown that there is no vulnerability found on this particular product. Okay, now what happens, let me just show. Is that clear? Can you see that? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now you can see that once we make use of a tool, the tool is is not capable of how in order to find out the appropriate vulnerability or so. But so what are we trying to do? We are customizing our requests and we are trying to hack that site through the however that machine learning model is implemented on that particular product. Let me show you. So analysis in this way would be your job. So once there is a product standing at a specific URL on a cloud, and if it is connected between two services are being connected, then those vulnerabilities have to be found out, which you don't have an access to the website, but by interception of the by interception of the packet, the requests, you need to figure it out what data is being transmitted and how you can customize that data in order to filter the relevant information which is required. And if the relevant information is being fetched, we need to ensure that it is stopped. Okay, if we are able to capture it from the client's
yes, sir.
I'm sharing this video with you so that you will get an idea about what exactly needs to be done.
Okay, sir.
What is your there's a chat. Okay, here is the chat. So here is how to hack machine learning video that you can refer, to understand the security part of how it is being done. Now, so guys, I'm just moving back to where were we? Getting back to the discussions. My presentation was here. So I believe this is clear to everyone. These are the 5 parts of the business which we have to ensure. Now, followed by this, what next is required? The next part is we need to be very, very sure that we are building the product for the appropriate market, and a market exists. That we need to be very, very sure of. Okay. So market matters most. This is a very important point. If there is no market, then your product is of no use. However good you are, however good team it is, however fantastic product we have created, but it won't work until there exists a market. So most of the times we have to be very sure that a market exists before start building a product. So with respect to interns also, there is a huge what interns believe, okay, this might be my problem, so I have to build a product for it. So it doesn't work that way in the industry. The industry identifies the market and it tries to flow in the direction of the market itself. So where all these top giants are moving, followed by these large caps, mid caps moves on the same direction, then the small caps move in the same direction. So we all have to go with the flow where the market is moving. And hence it is very, very important to understand in what direction market is moving and where the opportunity exists. So this has to be very clear among all the team members, because if you are creating something and the market does not exist, it is of no use. Okay. However the good we are. So whenever we try to build a product, all the team members have to be very clear that the objective of building a product must be very clear, and there should be an existing market for which we are building it. So all the team members need to be very, very clear on this. Okay. And if there is a big size of a particular market, then eventually we will be able to, our product will serve well. We will be able to serve it to large people. We will be able to serve the product with quality to a large number of people. And once we reach out to large number of people, we will be able to make enough, sales. And once we make enough sales, when we do value delivery appropriately, we will be able to gain as much finance as possible in order to ensure that the product is running smoothly. So the 5 parts of the business and the iron law of the market, which is market matters most. This is the iron law of the market. So this needs to be clear in every team member's mind. So we all must be very clear that wherever the opportunity exists, the company moves in that direction in order to make products and to make enough sales. If there is a larger market, then we will be able to serve that market. We will be able to create relevant products and generate better, finances by selling the right product. So that's very important. So guys, I believe this point is also clear. And among the interns, the approach must be clear. The best approach is to focus on making things people want to buy. And that is why we always try to find out keyword researches, questions before started building a product. Okay. So eventually what do we do? In the feasibility study, we go through with all these 5 stages with our tools in order to understand that yes, there is an opportunity and there exists a market. And once the market exists, once the consumer exists, then a product is being created and the solutions are provided. I believe this is clear to everyone. Okay, guys. So for now, I think this is pretty clear to all of us. We discussed 2 important points. First, 5 parts of our business, 5 parts of Hackveda. Value, creation of the value, getting the attention of the customer, doing sales, ensuring value delivery, and finally ensuring enough finance for the product. So each of you must be very clear with this thought process. And second, we always have to follow iron law of the market. Wherever the good, a big size market would be available, where the demand is higher and supply is less, we are going to build product and applications in that direction. I believe this is clear. And again, mostly each and every phase of our creation or whatever product or service we are delivering, we have to ensure that we are building it for the appropriate market. And we are, influenced again by the softwares And most of the time, why we do need a large team of interns again, because as I have already told you, we try to build our own tools because on the basis of whatever philosophy we are working on, okay, so we have to customize our tools as per our own requirements, okay. So most of the time, and whenever we do need an out service for any of the product, we generally prefer API integrations on those cases. So if there is a very good tool which is already existing, so why would we want to use that tool? If they allows us an API access and we can process it and then get that information back to our system, only then we can use those products. That's what is the thought, okay. So ensure when you are doing this internships, you have to ensure that what all tasks you are doing, you have to make up that mind that eventually all these tasks will end up you to think in a way where you can implement it, where you can implement, a simple prototype in order to contribute to one specific part of our business at least. So that's how these intern tasks and the customized software and prototype tool making tasks are allotted. And along with those tasks, there are certain concepts also which people have to be clear on. So guys, I think we are done with this for the first session on what is the mindset and what do we really want to build and what is the psychology behind our company, and all the interns, those who are working with us, they also should have the same psychology. So once we all have the same mindset, only then we will be able to move in the same direction, okay. And once we will be moving in the same direction, definitely we will be solving relevant problems, we'll be making up good products, and again we will be reaching out to market and solving customer problems in an efficient and appropriate way. In the next meeting, we would want to discuss a couple of things like the core human desires, which we identify in order to build a product and how we market it. Then followed by, we are going to have a very important discussions on the different types of products we create, okay. In fact, not products, the different types of value we create. So we want to understand that also. So in tomorrow's meeting, we will be understanding this. What are the different forms of value we create in our organization, okay, and then how do we hit a customer desire in order to sell our product to them. So then you have to understand that, so that when you are building an application, when you are building a prototype, or whenever you are delivering a content, you should have that mindset that the content which you are delivering should impact the desire of our customer, and that should be clear in your mind that why you are implementing that task. So eventually, as soon as we proceed, we guys will be building this mindset together. Any questions, anyone? We are at 9:02. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know. Anyone whose presentations has been left today, they can join tomorrow and they can take up their presentations. Not an issue. We will take the presentations tomorrow and score it. Guys, any questions? Please turn your cams on. Darshan, Nidhi, Sheikh, Hidayatullah, Violin, Khateja, Ravina, Kushag. ठीक है, ज़्यादा ज्ञान फेल दिया आज मैंने, ठीक है. तो now you tell me कि अभी कोई questions है तो पूछो.
No questions from my side.
Clear है?
I generally had one doubt with me.
Yeah, please.
And the doubt is, we are generally making one web application here in which we totally rely on cloud. Cloud, basically, they provide us services which includes the security also. They may have their own layers of security. Why should we have to do another pen testing over the services which they provide us? We may basically use their security, the services provided by them, maybe for data storage or for connectivity and so on. And what kind of pen testing should we have to do? Maybe you mentioned one thing that that communication may happen from one cloud to another, in which the hacker may interrupt and steal the data. That is okay. But what are the other ways of pen testing we'll be doing, and what you'll be checking basically, sir? Because the services what they provide would be stronger enough, right, sir? So I just wanted to get clarified on that.
I'll tell you. So what exactly
Yes.
happens? Suppose you created an instance. I will take a very simple example. Suppose you created a Linux instance, okay, on AWS cloud. It might be a possibility that the Linux was not hardened enough. There would be a vulnerability in Linux, okay. There might be some port open on the Linux. So AWS security will not protect, it will not help you ensure that the security is implemented and the OS security is also, taken care of. So they might only, give you a security for the wrapper as in, suppose if you're using console AWS, let's say, they will give you a security that nobody else can create an instance from your account. But once you have created an instance, once you have got an IP, anybody can scan your, instance. They will offer you, techniques like load balancers, putting up a firewall before your instance. Okay, all these things definitely would be available and provided. But eventually, whenever, let's say, if you have a firewall again, but you have created a website which is vulnerable itself. As in, if I'm saying, let's say, you have created a login, page. It is on AWS. And you have left an SQL injection vulnerability on that login page. The complete AWS security will go vanish, because that SQL injection can be directly exploited with respect to the bad code which is being done by the programmer. So again, so there are different layers of security. In this case, the code needs to be, tested. Sometimes what we do, there is one task which we have recently allotted to our interns, detection of malicious code in the JavaScript. Okay, so let's say one intern has created, we are 100 team members, suppose. We are making one product, stock trading product. You would have created one small module, let's say. Okay, you have sent us that module, we have integrated that module in our main code, and we have launched the application. Now it could be a possibility that the JavaScript which you integrated would be vulnerable. It would be a possibility that we have, written secure code, but it might be a possibility that one of our team members might not have written a secure code. Okay, he doesn't understand the secure code protocol. So then we do need to have a cyber team who needs to ensure the complete code, check, all the mechanisms, whether there should be no JavaScript vulnerability exists, there should be no, database vulnerability exists, there should be no denial of service vulnerability existing. So this needs to be checked by a separate team. So it would always be required, irrespective of the security offered by AWS or any other service provider. Like that. So
Yes,
that's
I got my doubt clarified. Yes, sir.
got it. So
Yes, sir. Thank
that's
you.
why we need it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so any more questions? Anyone? So ये 5 steps clear हैं? आप लोग बता दो मुझे 5 steps कौन कौन से हैं जो पहले मैंने बताए हैं. What are the 5 parts of our business? एक एक करके बता दो. चलो 1 2 3 4 5 5 लोगों से पूछूंगा. दर्शन फर्स्ट.
मेरा फोकस फाइनेंस और डिलीवरी पे था. डिलीवरी मेरा पार्ट होगा, जैसे कि
Okay.
सिक्योर करना और
निधि.
एप्लीकेशन टेस्टिंग.
Okay, I'll go one by one. निधि एक एक बता दो. चलो फाइनेंस इन्होंने बता दिया. निधि बाकी 4 में से एक बताओ.
सर आपने एकदम ऐसे रैंडम लिख आया आपके दिमाग में, क्या था वो ऐसे.
बताओ यार, इतना लिख दिया, इतना बनाया, इतनी मेहनत करके अपने 2 घंटे लगाए हैं, इतना तो बता दो 5 स्टेप कौन से हैं.
वो तो सब कुछ समझ में आ गया सर. लाइक नीड क्या है मार्केट के, स्टफ लाइक दैट.
चलो एक बताओ, 1 part of the business.
जस्ट अ सेकंड सर.
चलो सोचो. I'll go to शेख हिदायतुल्लाह. Please unmute.
Satisfying the needs of customers. And
Value delivery. 2 stage हो गए.
like
Fine.
giving what they want.
ठीक है. खतीजा.
सर मार्केटिंग
Marketing, right.
एंड क्रिएशन.
Value creation and marketing, right. Ishagra.
सर वही वैल्यू क्रिएशन जो था, वैल्यू डिलीवर करना, मार्केट करना, कस्टमर आइडेंटिफिकेशन और मतलब फाइनेंस देखना।
क्लियर हुआ कुछ?
यस सर।
समझ में आया? मतलब कुछ नया था या यू ऑलरेडी नो दिस? कुछ नया समझ में आया? हैव यू गॉट समथिंग न्यू?
Yes sir, Google Ads for new keyword planner, कैसे client capture करना है, these were things were new for us.
रवीना बताओ कोई भी stages out of 5. रवीना, your voice is not clear. Sales, ठीक है, sales was missing.
Audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. ठीक है, so we have 5 stages. Creating valuable product, marketing the product, selling the product, ensuring that the customers are satisfied with value delivery, and generating enough finance in order to run the business. So this is not the case only with us. This will be the case with any company, any business you will be joining or working with in future also. Okay, all these businesses work on these five stages. So you need to be very sure that you should be contributing at least to one of these stages in an appropriate way with respect to your skill set, be it a programming skill, be it a database skill, SQL skill, security skill. Definitely it would be complementing one or all of these stages of the business. Okay. Second, we discussed the iron law of the market, which means we have to be very sure that the market exists. If we start building something where there is no market, we'll end up losing. Okay, so better we identify the market, and we identified the market with one way: the hype cycle, the demand of the customers using keyword planner, the kind of questions people are asking on Quora. So through that we understand that there is a demand existing. Then we try to find out on trends on which region the demand exists. Okay, and post that, then there is more and more detailed analysis which is being done. Okay, so we will be discussing on it as soon as we will be taking more sessions. We'll be discussing on it. Okay, so now since you guys are clear on this, okay, so I have Darshan. Let me just have a quick look. I have Darshan, Khadija, Kushag, Ravina, Sheikh, and Niri. So eventually when you guys will be interacting with new interns, you need to deliver this part to them. You need to make them understand. Okay, so ensure that what all I have discussed, I am going to circulate this video of this session. Ensure you practice it. Okay, you ensure you use keyword planner, you try to find out XYZ stuff so that you can deliver a presentation to my next interns. This presentation which I have done today will not be done again by me, but needs to be done again to the new interns, because the message will not pass across only by telling you. It should be passed to each and every team member we have on the platform. But eventually we understand exams are going on, so post this 15-16 December they will be available. But by the time, you guys need to be aware of, you need to be well aware of how the process is working, so that we can get most out of this internship program which we are done. Okay, understanding my point? So once we all are aligned in the common direction, then we will be able to make our contribution well. Also, we will be able to have our team members, those who are working in the relevant direction. Okay, and then we will be building our scripts, products, XYZ, whatever is required for the customers. And I tell you, there are hundreds of projects which still needed to be built and interacted with the customers, because we have a very clear cycle. Whatever is the demand, we'll try to find out the demand, we'll scrape it. We have the customers, we know the demand, we have the skill set, just that we have to create and sell. Okay, and we want our interns to have that capability, that they should be able to create and sell. Okay, creation and selling, not by door-to-door marketing, creation and selling by programming, technology, and this stuff. Okay, understanding my point? So when you are selling, it doesn't mean you have to go and speak to someone. You are selling by technology, using audience aggregation, by using Amazon to use email marketing, okay, creating effective campaigns, touching users, neuro sentiments, understanding how neuro sentiments are being hit, then creating relevant codes, articles in order to reach out to the customer. So that's why we have to digitally transform our business. So major objective with the interns is we are on the verge of digitally transforming. Okay, each and every stage of the business has to be digitally transformed, and we have to reach out, we have to solve people's problems, sell those solutions to people in a digitally transformed way. So that's what we need to do, and that's why we would be needing the larger number of workforce. And eventually, in my previous meeting, I have also told you my life goal is to become the largest supplier of the workforce. Okay, so that is my overall goal. So when I have 10,000 people, those who are digitally transformed, and they are making products in a way, they are digitally transforming each and every stage of the business, and they have that mindset, eventually 1 year from now, 2 years from now, they might be starting their own business. Let's say if you are coming out of your college, you might be in second year, third year, final year, you are interacting with us for 1-2 years. Third year, when you come out, you can have 1-2 years experience with us. Then you can start your own entrepreneur. You can start your own preneur. You can become an entrepreneur, or else you can reach out to a higher position in a bigger company. When you have the relevant hands-on experience of completely making a business, then eventually after this 2 years of experience working with us, you can reach out to a larger organization like Facebook, Microsoft or so. Initially, everybody might not get hired in those bigger organizations, but my life goal is that most of the talented people, once they have relevant 1-2 years experience working at our organization, they should be acquired by some larger organization so that they can solve larger problems like that. So that is what is the goal. Making products, selling is what the company has to do in order to stay in the market, in order to make enough money. But eventually my goal, my personal goal with a 10 years vision would be to become the largest supplier of the digital workforce all over the world. So that's what is the thought. So once you guys get ready, you have to pass on the information to our new team members, those who are joining in, so that together for next 1, 2, 3, 4 years, we can build up good products, we can solve bigger problems. Once we are done solving it, then we can, pick one bigger life goal and start working in solving that. So I am done with 10 years of my work with Hackveda, and now I'm much dedicated towards fulfilling my life goal, because somewhere by 40, 45, I have 10-15 more years, to do some substantial contribution. And you guys are in your 20s, so you have around 2, 3, 4, 5 years, in order to understand how the ecosystem works. Once you understand how the ecosystem works, eventually you can reach out to solving bigger problems, and then reaching out to finding out what you have to do in life and solve it accordingly. So that's how I want this internship to work, so that it's not just a tech thing that, okay, write a program and it is done. No, understand how ecosystem is working, how markets are working, how the businesses are working, and then try to build on it, then try to build for it. That is the whole objective of this internship, and to pass on the information. Okay, and you guys have to help us out in passing this information to more and more people. Initially, you have to build the mindset. Once your mindset is created, once you understand the ecosystem, how the businesses are working, then you will be able to have more and more people, those who can understand how the business is working. So that's what we need to do. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being available, giving 2.5 hours today for the meeting. Rest will be this tomorrow.
Sir, when will the presentations for the given tasks start, sir?
अब कल होगी, कल करना.
Okay.
ठीक है, मैं भावनाओं में बह जाता हूँ. कल 30 मिनट के लिए ही आऊँगा. ठीक है, for 30 minutes. Post that the presentations will happen. ठीक है. Okay, Nidhi. So those who have their presentations today, make sure that they present tomorrow. आज वो शायद मीटिंग आईडी भी एक्सपायर हो गया ना, इस वजह से आई विल अपग्रेड इट। कभी ऐसा हो जाता है ना, तो जस्ट राइट मी एन ईमेल दैट द अकाउंट का कुछ ना पेमेंट इशू, बिकॉज वी डोंट गेट नोटिफाइड ऑन दिस। सो इवेंचुअली ये जो इशू हुआ ना पुराने वाले मीटिंग आईडी का, तो जस्ट लेट अस नो, आई विल आस्क अकाउंट्स वालों को, वो अपग्रेड करके देंगे। जब भी कोई नोटिफिकेशन आ जाए ना आपके पास टूल के ऊपर ही, बिकॉज हम ये यूज़ नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम तो दूसरे मेल आईडीज यूज़ करते हैं अपने, मतलब पर्सनल जीमेल से कनेक्टेड है मेरा जूम, तो आई डोंट गेट नोटिफाइड ऑन दिस।
सर कल जो स्क्रम लेनी है पुराने वाले मेल पर लेनी है?
हाँ, वो उसी पे लेना, क्योंकि वो सबको वही लिंक सर्कुलेटेड है ना।
तो आप भी उसी लिंक पर आओगे?
हाँ, मैं भी उसी लिंक पे आऊँगा, राइट। वो ये कौन सा है, ये mentor@hackveda.in है, ये वाला जो लॉगइन है, ठीक है, तो उसको अपडेट करना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, मैं पास ऑन करता हूँ, देखो 48 आवर्स में शायद अपग्रेड हो जाएगा। सो उसके ऊपर करेंगे, अगर कुछ चेंजेस होते हैं तो फिर आई विल कन्वे, बट मीटिंग होगी प्रीवियस लिंक पे, बिकॉज आई थिंक वही सर्कुलेटेड है सब। ठीक है।